Hi everybody, appreciate you stopping by again. This is a video that's an exit method. It's one of the ones I didn't have like the car video. I did the car method. I didn't have a lot of good success with this. I got the vibes, and but I couldn't get them to get strong enough. I don't know. The movement I pictured in my mind might not have been enough or something, but anyway, but I've heard a lot of people have good luck with this, so I'm throwing out, I've thrown out some of the ones that work good for me and some that didn't, but this one could work great for you. But anyway, so I'm going to tell you about this one, but first off, I want to again emphasize, go back to the step 1, 2, and 3 videos that I did about the getting out, because if you don't prep, that's what these are. They're prepping you for the getting out or the exit part. You're never going to get out. You have to make sure that you are relaxed and you're going to be as comfortable with the vibrations as you can. You got to remember that an out-of-body experience, getting one, is basically a simple thing. It's basically, well, it is. It's getting your body to fall asleep and your mind to stay awake. And in the exit part of the getting out, basically is whatever you're doing, you're trying to keep your mind awake, get the senses going and everything else, and so your mind stays active, and you get your body so tired it falls asleep. So body is asleep, mind awake. Remember that. That's very important. This is some of the most important stuff I'm going to tell you right now, and in those 3 steps, most important of all, to get out. And you have to master them. You have to make sure your prep is done correctly. You have to make sure that you are, and you'll know this as you get into it, your body is really relaxed before you go on to the next thing. Make sure you do this, because like I say, you're not going to get out. You're going to spend all this time trying to go through methods and everything else, and you're going to have a dud, and you're going to be upset. So make sure you get these things straightened out. You have to be totally relaxed. Not necessarily sleepy, but you have to have your body is like a wet rag on the bed. You don't hardly feel anything. You're, well, go back to the relaxation video, listen to it, and take notes or whatever, but make sure you do this. It's very, very, very important. Okay, then the second thing is the vibes, and I'll go back to my other video about the vibes. The vibes, again, are scary, especially the newbie. They're scary. They're loud. They can get loud. They're aggressive. They pulsate. You start shaking, because whenever you're starting to lift out, your body's your body's like this. Yeah, like this kind of. So when you start to lift out, as soon as you get this movement going, the vibes will come in, and they have to be pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of loud and aggressive. And anytime there's movement where your spirit's starting to come out or even go back in, they'll start to vibrate and loudest, and they'll have like a humming sound, and it's freaky, and it really is. I mean, it's not like a dream thing. This is really happening. You're really hearing this, really happening to you. So anyway, when the body starts to lift out, they'll be doing that. Now, once the spirit clears the body, they'll stop right away, and you'll be fine. But you need to be comfortable with them. You need to make sure that okay, here they come. I have to go through this to get out. Accept them. You're not going to get hurt. You're not going to get nothing bad's going to happen to you or anything like that. But it may sound like it. It may feel like it, but it's not going to. I always used to think of it like an old friend, because I have to go through this old friend to get to my goal, which is having an out-of-body experience. But I've got to go through them. So think of them, hey, here they come. Okay, now, like an old friend, because they're going to allow me to get out and have an out-of-body experience, which is what the whole goal of this thing is. So think of them as a nice, warm friend. Friend is a little loud, but, friend. So be sure you do that. So like I say, go review those 3. I know I'm kind of saying the same thing over and over again, but I'm doing it because this is the most important things. If you can, you're doing good, you got the relaxation going good and everything, and you go, all of a sudden the vibes kick in and scare the heck out of it, well, they're going to go away. And they're hard to, especially at first, they're hard for you to get them to stick around anyway. But when they're coming on, hey, here's my old friend coming to see me off. Mail that, and when you hang it, and when you get experience, it's like, I kind of enjoy them, now. Well, I don't do it that much anymore, but when I did, I enjoyed them pretty much. They were nice, kind of a warm feeling, but it was loud. So anyway, that's what I wanted you to do. Okay, now on the elevator method, is they call Bjornman, I believe was talked about this method. I've modified it, I think. And I did have some good results. I never got all the way out, but I got in the vibrations. But I just, for some reason, the movement I was picturing in my mind or whatever, I can't remember, it's been years, it didn't bring the vibes on strong enough, I think is probably what it is. I don't know that to be a fact, but it was like that. But anyway, what you do, you picture yourself like going into a real tall building, maybe Empire State Building or something that's really tall. And imagine going into the elevator and you're going to go all the way to the top, and you live at the penthouse at the top. And it's going to go right into your living room. So when you get in, and like this is very important, use all your senses in your mind. In other words, your hearing, your sight, your smell, your feeling, your body moving, whatever. Make sure you get all of these senses, just like it's really happening. So anyway, get in the elevator, close it, hit the button. Picture your hand, hitting the button, to go up to the top floor, whatever. And then feel the elevator start to move up. And it's going at a fairly, nothing radical, but it's going at good pace. But feel the elevator in your mind lift off, whatever they do, lift off. But going up, maybe it takes about a minute or so to get to the top. But you can feel your body going up with the elevator. You can feel it, And then at the same time, I don't think elevators make much noise. I haven't been in one in 100 years, so I don't really know. But imagine them making a little humming noise or a cable noise or something like that. So you can sense the movement going up and really get into it. Really get into it. This is very, very important. Very important. Get into this thing. Really, all you can do. You can feel that elevator going up and you're in it. You can feel it under your feet, the moving, maybe a little vibration, whatever. And it's going up and you're hearing the motor. Or whatever it could, or the cable or whatever. Make some kind of a sound thing and make it, where you're a lot of stuff going on in your mind. Well, you got this movement, you got the elevator, and your sight. Get pictured of what this elevator looks like in your mind. Is it a big, just a dull, cheapo one, or is it a big fancy one? They got gold in it, or whatever. But go ahead and look around, picture it, picture what the floor looks like, the walls, everything. Really embed it in your mind. And the hearing, you can hear the motor, you can feel the movement in your body, and get into it. Get into it. So then, when you get up to the top, or by the way, the smell. I don't know how good a elevator smell is, but maybe, there's a musty smell or something, or whatever. But get all your senses involved and really concentrate like it's really happening to you. And let it go, say a minute or so, or whatever you feel like, that it gets to the top. So feel the elevator come to a stop. You know how they kind of slow up and then they stop. Yeah, get that feeling going. You know, I can feel it. Okay, there we go. Maybe you look up and you see the light, that, 100th floor come on. And the bell dings when you get to your, whatever. But the thing is, get your mind involved. Get your mind totally involved in this. Like it's really happening. That's very, very important. I know a lot of times I'll repeat stuff. Say, well, this old guy repeating himself. It's because I repeat the stuff that's important. That's very important. And this is one of them. This is the last stage of you actually getting out right here. This is where it counts. So like I said, when you get up to the top, you can feel the elevator slowing down. Feel it in your body's slowing down. You can look up, you hear, so like I said, you hear the little bell, and you see the thing that says what story you're on or whatever. And all of a sudden you stop, you see the door open up, you can hear it, how elevator doors are, they'll open up, and you can hear it and everything. And it's, that's part of the ride. So you get up and now the doors open up and it's right in, say, your living room. You're 100 stories up. And so you can, as soon as the doors open up, you can see your living room, you can see the big picture windows, skyscraper, and take a little fast walk. Feel your feet touching the carpet. Smell the difference in the air from the elevator air to your apartment air, Maybe there's a different coolness in the air, or something. But walk over to the picture window and you're 100 feet up, 100 stories up, and you're looking down at the cars way, way below, and do that just not long, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. You look down the street. Everybody is to look down, like to give your body the feeling that you really are high up there. So then turn around and go back into the elevator. And do the same thing in reverse from how you came up. Hit the button, to close the doors. Punch, the first floor, whatever. Feel the elevator moving down. Everything I said, but in reverse. And do that. And you can keep repeating that. Like I said, and I did get the vibes, but they just weren't strong enough. And I tried and tried and tried it. For some reason, this is one of the things that I never forget. Now, I think I would have had some very successful out of bodies with this method, but I would have stayed with it. I think, work it out somehow in my mind. And I probably would have. I don't think it'd take very long. But my other two methods, that I use, the target method and the floating out methods, I call them, I had such good results with those that there was no point to me keep messing around with something that is a little more difficult because I didn't need to. So I play around just to try them out, when I heard of one or made up one or something like that, see it happen. And, and if it right away, I try it 2-3 times. And if it didn't have good results, I'll, just forget about it. So this is one of those deals. But I have people I've talked to who have done the elevator, and a lot of them have really good. I guess I don't know if it's when the elevator stops, it'll may kind of want to throw your spirit out or what, I don't know, but more coming down where you feel it coming down, and you can feel it in your feet. I don't know, but the sensations of movement is, I think, what really does it, and you can feel the vibes usually come on when the elevator's going up or going down. Hopefully, you'll maybe start feeling the vibes coming on. So, anyway, this is one I hope you try, and I wish you well on it. And if you would, if you guys like to subscribe or thumbs up, I like it, so I can make comments, and I enjoy that. I enjoy the reading them and seeing if anybody's out there. So thanks anyway for listening, and I hope you have a great day.